Light sided from Simba in the middle of the stage is going to have enough to get over. You see Pugsy rotating over. Maybe just put more threat near Daze in case the blue team wants to rotate over. Ooh, the recovery. That little bit less force that you get on your teammate. Oh, no, this is so bad. Oh, that's so bad. Santy's so chasing. And Pugsy's already in red on his second stock. Might be on his final very quickly. The weapon toss going low.
Pugsy going aggressive.
This is a tough game one.
Pugsy's still playing aggressive on that right side. You didn't see Pugsy trying to disengage. Instead, Pugsy was trying to dare back towards those blue team members, wanting to get something there. But unfortunately, it is 5 stocks to 3 now in the blue team's favor.
Yeah, this is looking rough. It's Simba, the one who was finally the last to lose his first stock, despite being on a lower defense character here with this Satori pick, sporting that beautiful Battle Pass skin.
Good spot dodge from Pugsy to avoid the N-Sig. Pugsy's still going in. You're not seeing Pugsy play like the scared last stock person. Instead, Pugsy's like, nah, it's every stock is my last stock. I'll just always go in.
Well, Pugsy's also been taking a lot of damage because of that mindset. Not sure how this Onyx pick is playing out. Haven't really seen too much from Pugsy at all. Saw some Gauntlet play that didn't leave me impressed. I would maybe stay away from this Onyx pick.
I'm curious if Pugsy switches to something else, what Pugsy is going to switch to right now, but it's immediately Santy with the downlight recovery. Pugsy really on last legs here in game number 1. Simba with almost the team knockout, but he follows with a recovery to save his teammate.
Yeah, the red team was not able to capitalize on that into a knockout. Oh, no. Pugsy. Pugsy. He's really low, though. For how ready he is, it's not going to take much to knock him out over there. Even a weapon toss would send him flying. It's 3 stocks to 2. Oh, Pugsy into the stage. He's going to be able to get back. And the clash.
The chase
dodge up.
Pugsy's still barely holding it. He outlived Daze. Pugsy.
It's not winnable, but
Pugsy's 1 move away from knockout. That N-Sigil. Do it, Simba and Santy. Close out game number 1. But, you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. Pugsy was able to extend that last stock for an absurd amount of time.
Yeah, but then you look at the numbers, and even though Pugsy was surviving a long time, barely over 400 damage, barely over 300 damage for Daze. So definitely a very tough game 1. No character swaps going into game 2. Not sure how I feel about the work that this Onyx is putting in from Pugsy, but I am sure about Santy and Simba's picks. They were looking good.
Oh yeah, I mean, these are tried and true classics for Santy and Simba. They have been playing these characters for the longest time. They really have not mixed it up, but it's just they have a lot of experience with them.
So now my eyes are going to be on Pugsy to see how his cannon is faring and how his gauntlet are faring here in this matchup for this team. Because I didn't see any huge offstage pressure that you can sometimes expect from gauntlets. I wasn't seeing too much from his cannon that was making me like super jazzed on a Pugsy cannon.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what like the big thing is. The gauntlets have been solid, definitely better than the cannons look. Oh, what? Okay. And Daze with the ground pound. Red team able to take a sizable lead here.
Sights it coming out over the edge from Simba. You see the dare into the weapon toss. Ooh, even going as far as a gravity cancel D-Light. Feeling confident about his presence on the edge. Sights it coming out over the edge from Simba. You see the dare into the weapon toss. Ooh, even going they get that. Yeah, that was a beautiful combo. And a D-Light recovery to clean up the red team.
I love that decision from Santy, right? He was like, if you do a side air this way, I got the Sig to follow up for the knockout. But Simba was like, nah, I know he's damaged enough. Downlight into the recovery. But it goes to show, like, this blue team is very aware of what the other one's doing and making sure that they have a follow-up ready. Downlight side air. Red team split. Days not going to make the immediate rotate over. Pugsy, while unarmed, can't get back up. Downlight side air again. Pugsy launched.
Ooh, playing a little bit low on that wall. It looked like Simba chose not to edgeguard that any further. Maybe was afraid of Days coming over. Maybe just didn't want to be that low against Pugsy, even though he had the weapon advantage. Cannon in Pugsy's hand. Neutral sig from Simba. Oh!
Days! All right, Days put some threat out, but it's going to be the blue team that steals the lead. And one of them is dominating. I think it's Simba.
This is a big lead, too.
Yeah.
This is a pretty sizable lead. Days does have hammer in hand. Santi looking pretty damaged here on the stock, so we could see it taken away if Days finds the right combination of moves. Oh.
The recovery wouldn't have killed, but
it would have been a great advantage state.
Yeah. Would have been good positioning for the red team, both of them with strong ground pounds. Pugsy has to find positioning onto the wall, but what did Santi hit him with?
I didn't even notice. I was looking over at Simba, man. Simba is... he's looking really gutsy on the edge. Like, he is going for stuff because he feels confident playing into this red team. And this is looking like it's going to be a clean 2-0 sweep.
I mean, they've got 4 stocks to 1 now. Simba can go as gutsy as he wants. Days with a nice sidelight side air. Still not enough to finish off this stock of Simba, as there was a wild D-sig at the top of the map. Yeah, Simba's really feeling himself right now. He's like, this is basically one.
Even if Days was able to clean up that stock, you would have 2 members of the blue team coming in fresh. All it took was that neutral signature from Simba. It's Hattori looking great. Man, Simba was kind of the carry that game. 4 knockouts, 691 damage. Santi's still picking up 2 of those knockouts, putting out just under 400 damage. Days kind of stepping those numbers up a little bit, picking up 2 of the knockouts, the only 2 that the red team officially got, putting out a little bit on the way to 400 damage, 355. Compare that to Pugsy's, man. Pugsy on 266. I don't know if it's the Onyx pick or if it's Santi and Simba, but I would try something different than the Onyx pick. I'm not feeling it today.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly was the mentality behind that Onyx pick, but it didn't really feel like it worked the way that he was expecting it to. But they're not out yet. Of course, that was all winner side. So we have our top 4 of our top 8 on the winner side. Of course, that's going to be Koslix and Wrench, to Noel and Ethan, Cody Travis and Faison, and Simba and Santi. And now we're going to be going down to the losers side of things from the look of it to see Noel and Ethan. Wait. Say that right?
No, I think we're moving on.
No, we're going to top 8
winners.
Yeah, top 8 winner side. Sorry. Noel and Ethan are, of course, like I said, in that top 8 winner side. So it looks like it's going to be Noel and Ethan versus Koslix and Wrench.
Yeah, we have a very interesting top side of the winners bracket here. We have Koslix, Wrench versus Noel and Ethan. The other set that we'll see later on is Cody, Travis, and Faison versus Simba and Santi. And that's what I was really talking about when I mentioned that Santi and Simba are going to struggle facing this like real upper echelon of teams. I think there is a noticeable gap between your top 6, maybe even your like 4th place finishers, and then the rest. Like your Boomy and Sandstorms, there is a noticeable difference between them and your 4th place. There's a notable difference between your 2nd placers and your 3rd placers compared to that kind of 4th place. It's definitely a noticeable gap, and that's the gap that I think Simba and Santi need to work on closing before they'll be able to really place high. But who knows? They're playing insane today, and I might just be eating my words.
I'm sure a lot of people would like to see you eat your words, but for now, I think a lot of us, at least as far as the pre-show went, are eating our words, considering it's currently Koslix and Wrenched in the upper side of things, going up against Noel and Ethan. We again going back to the tweet that Wrenched made, saying that Koslix and Wrenched, they're gonna win a major in 2v2s, if not multiple,
if not
majors
several,
this year. And they're looking pretty strong and possible to do so as we get into a best of 5 now with Noel and Ethan versus Koslix and Wrench.
Now we are seeing Koslix again starting on this Macho Man. That has been the one that he begins sets with. We've seen him swap over to the Roland on occasion, swap over to the Scarlet on occasion, but he's been leading with the Macho Man, and Wrenched still on this Bodvar, this level 58 Bodvar that we really haven't seen too much from him in tournament. He does have the Lucian avatar but he's staying away from the guns and staying away from the guitars as he comes in with this sword and hammer combo.
Of course, on the other side, we've seen this combination from Noel and Ethan, Stevani and Wu Shang, a relatively new comp, but definitely a very tenured team with it. They have the old synergy. They've got the sword and the spear, and of course, gauntlets are just becoming more and more favored as the season progresses, and people must be really liking it, as we've seen quite a few gauntlet characters here in the 2v2s.
Now, going into this game, we could see some frustration coming out from Wrenched, as he did 4 hours ago tweet that, and I quote, "Wu Shang is a crutch legend." Of course, Ethan coming in with the Wu Shang, that beautiful Reno. Shouts out to Rivals of Aether and Dan Fornace and all the boys over there. That is a beautiful skin. One of my favorites in the game, actually. Definitely one of my favorite crossovers. Out of all the amazing crossovers we had, insane skin. Love it.
Yeah, gotta love a frogman. But we're getting into this one. Koslik's the most damage so far. Noel with a nice neutral light, and Ethan able to cover high. You saw Noel staying low, covering the stage, and Ethan literally ignoring Wrench to try to chase high to potentially finish off this stock of Koslik's.
Man, he's been nailing, though. I haven't seen people nailing D-Sig on Bodvar Hammer in, like, probably 2 or 3 years. If not more.
I mean, back when we first started, right? Like, that was the big thing, is you go off stage, when you're on your way back, you throw out the gravity cancel down signature. But Wrench doing it on stage, he's been very consistent with that D-Sig.
And it's strong. Like, it's a very strong signature. It can be very easy to punish, though, which is why you don't see it from a lot of Bodvar players, but it is extremely strong.
Ethan fairly damaged, though. One strong hit could be enough, as Wrench with a fantastic follow-up off the neutral light picks up a side air to finish off the first stock of Ethan.
See Ethan chasing really high. Koslik's ended up getting below him.
Oh,
hit the recovery. Wasn't able to get the Nair follow-up. Ooh, Kosalik. Oh, he's used so much. Even if the T-Rex wasn't there to eat him, he was likely going to be dead from that. So many of his movement options were blown. He was going to have to rely on side airs to get back, maybe a little bit of help from Wrench, but the red team would have been waiting there to finish him up. For them, they didn't need it, though. They were able to grab both knockouts at the exact same time. We were lucky that there were 2 T-Rexes there, able to grab those.
Found the perfect spot on the map where there were conveniently 2 T-Rexes instead of the standard one. Wrenched with another D-Sig.
There was a nice air and the side air that Ethan dodged through. Oh, Kosalik, he's going low on this one.
Oh, didn't get the jump. Noel showing him how it's done. Koslik's going to get a chase dodge up. Wrench trying to save him, and Koslik gets back up. Ooh, what a side sig.
Ground pound going down.
Yo, Koslik is out.
Yeah, and he's out early. Just a little over 2.5 minutes before he was out. And look how many stocks are still left on the board. That's when, that's definitely a question mark, or an exclamation point, I should say, that raises when there are still 3 stocks on the red team and 2 stocks on your own team.
Oh, you saw Noel trying to position for it, just trying to stutter just far enough to hit that down light. Didn't quite find the positioning. Wrench able to hit the recovery. This is definitely doable for Wrench. Like, in terms of raw numbers, there's 2 stocks on each team, but it's always harder to be the one going up against 2 people.
He does have Noel in the orange. You're seeing how far those side airs are sending him. We may just see Ethan take the lead here. Noel still choosing to go in, kind of going down deep. Oh, man, Wrench taking some damage on the edge.
I'm surprised red team is choosing to fight this. It's very hard to set up for any sort of team combo on the edge, which is why usually in these 1v2s, you'll see someone just stick on that edge. Nice recovery pickup. Still not enough to finish off this Bodvar.
Man, Noel's really red, though. If he played that a little bit higher, Wrench might have found that unarmed recovery for the knockout. Big dare. Weapon toss going down. Going to hit Wrenched on the head. This is likely going to be the stock. There it is. Nice follow-up from Noel.
That's the way they've been playing that edge guard, though, is Noel sits a little bit further back. Ethan hits like a downer, and once he starts missing attacks is when Noel tries to make that rotate in to keep that pressure on top of Wrenched.
Now we're seeing red team take a little bit more control. That weapon spawn comes in. Wrench is able to grab it, hits both members.
This is risky. I would not challenge this. That's a hammer.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that's a hammer.
Let's see if they go in as hard this time.
Especially without a spear for Ethan. Like, that is so hard to do. The big side air. Oh, the weapon toss from his teammate.
This is winnable. This is dummy winnable.
This is doable.
Oh,
Nice
not
side
anymore.
sig. You gotta finish it. Gotta finish it. Can't give him back the stage. Oh. Oh.
Oh no,
Ethan.
Ethan.
He's getting greedy. He's getting greedy.
Oh, he's going Wu Shang
Oh, no,
brain.
he dodged
Oh
into it.
no.
He's running Johnson. Takes game number 1, winning the 1v2 against Noel and Ethan.
Oh.
And that's a big sigh of relief for the blue team. That is knowledge that, all right, we can trust Wrench to win these 1v2s, even if Kosalix falls very early. And it's also like, all right, Kosalix, you didn't completely ruin it for the team. He still put out like 400 plus damage.
Yeah, definitely. There were no meek and meager numbers coming out from anybody in that game, but holy, those 2 and 6 from Ethan, man.
Yeah.
Not necessarily one of the like healthiest things you want to see coming out. Definitely that late into the game from a very experienced spear player.
It's one of those things where it's like, if it hits, it's because the opponent was not expecting you to do the same move twice. But it's another thing when it's also like, you're definitely just throwing this out because you're hoping he panic jumps. And that's what it really felt like, as Ethan was like, I'm just going to throw these out. I know if it hits, I'll win. But I'm really hoping he just panics into it. And Wrench staying composed, staying grounded, able to win it out for his team as we get into the next one. And we see swaps, Ethan over to the Hattori, Koslix on the Scarlet.
Now, one thing that I'm not sure of, and we'll see maybe more of, is how Noel and Ethan played 2v1s. Because they didn't really look very strong in that 2v1. And that's not just because they lost, but we didn't see really like any coordination hardly at all. Like, we were seeing a lot of whiffed punishes from both members that should have happened. We weren't seeing the combo setups. It looked like a very weak 2v1 situation.
It definitely feels like they're a different style of 2v1, right? Like, it's not the trash compactor where they both try to get on the outside and slowly compress them. Koslix with a fantastic double KO and the down sig to get the second one off of Ethan. But back to the previous point of the 2v1, they don't compress the opponent. Instead, they were kind of handing off who is putting the pressure in the 1v1s.
I don't know if we mentioned, but Koslix is swapping over to this Scarlet. We'll see how that plays into his signature usage game, as Scarlet has more usable signatures and a higher number of usable signatures for sure compared to Macho Man.
Yeah, and of course the true kill combos off the hammer are going to be a nice addition to those signatures. Goes for the recovery. Nair hits both red team members. Wrench gets extra damage on Ethan on his way back to the stage. Big side air from Koslix.
Bro, why was Noel like still going in on that? He
wanted
was super red on his second stock. Koslix is in like maybe the beginning stages of orange, and he has a lance for in-air movement. Like, why would you go into that unarmed? That seemed reckless.
I get the feeling that this red team is just really eager to get back into control of this one. Currently behind 2 stocks to the blue team. You see Ethan just still charging forward.
Now, one thing that we do have now is, because we're in top 8, we do have this as a best of 5 set. So going down 2 games doesn't mean they're done. We'll see how they adjust. After this, it's going to be a tough one for the red team to take out. Koslix does have significant damage on him. And then there, again, another hugely whiff punish, as Koslix was able to dodge through that and get the counter punish onto the red team. He did end up falling. Wrench still on his second stock. Red team not too far behind.
It's always that potential. I love the decision from Ethan. Chase dodge down. Doesn't go for the standard follow-up because Koslix was there for the punish. But Koslix, he's got free reign to throw out all the SIGs in the world right now. He's throwing out so many N6. He's just going for N6.
Oh.
He's just going for N6. Hit his teammate on that one.
He's throwing out N6 like Lil Cad was earlier.
Yeah,
and
oh,
last time,
recovery.
Ethan ended up running into him just like he did a few seconds ago.
Nice side sig from Noel. He's got to win a 1v1 against Wrench and cannot afford to get hit. He's sticking with the gauntlets. I would have figured sword was the comfort weapon. Oof.
Ooh, that dare. That's all it took. Man, that was close.
And that's another
Right
one
there.
going the way of the blue team. 713 damage put out from Kostlix. The swap to Scarlet going very well.
Yeah, that was definitely Kostlix's game, picking up 5 KOs as well, in addition to those big damage numbers. Wrench almost putting out 400, still grabbing a knockout as well. It was that last one that you just saw. See where they go next. I don't think we're going to Shipwreck.
I don't know, man. You know how Noel is. Noel will play the same map time and time again. But unfortunately, it is twos, so I don't think Noel gets 100% say on what map he's going to leave out there. So might be a little bit of discussion as Shipwreck is still there.
Get Enigma out of here.
Yep, and it's going to be Shipwreck.
Okay. They left it open, and I'm not surprised that Kostlix and Wrench took it.
Yeah, Kostlix and Wrench did very well for themselves on Shipwreck not too long ago. And we're going to get right on into game number 3. Of course, Wrench and Kostlix, if they win this, guaranteed top 3 finish, guaranteed winners final for this team that didn't make top 8 in the last major.
Ooh, that would have been a beautiful D-Sig if Wrench picked that up on the edge. Neutral Sig from Kostlix, only hitting Wrench. Sidelight recovery, sending Ethan away. Didn't want to go for more follow-up opportunities with the Sidelight Nair. He just wanted to move him away so that Kostlix could turn and put the damage onto Noel, kind of split those red team members up. Nice side Sig from Wrench, sending Noel flying. Sidelight ends up picking up Ethan as well.
Red team really starting to throw out a lot of signatures. Wrench able to pick up that downlight recovery, and Kostlix with a big side signature over the corner guarantees the knockout onto Noel.
Neutral light from Wrench. Immediate side light afterward. Trying to juggle as Ethan's floating along in the air. Ooh, D-light recovery from Noel. Takes Kostlix off the top. 5 stocks to 4. They could find this knockout on Wrench while Kostlix is coming in to respawn.
Nice.
It's the ground pound from Ethan to clean it up.
They're keeping this one close, but Kostlix doing a really good job fighting back the red team members. That ground pound, so threatening. Good pickup with a neutral signature. So Kostlix just throwing out them signatures, and they are working.
Throwing him out again over on the edge. Ends up hitting nobody, but he doesn't get punished for it. Neutral light from Ethan. The turn. Side light onto Wrench. Ooh, Noel's got to be careful. He's very much in the
Nice.
red. Might be able to take
He's
the
chasing.
second stock from Wrench
Nice.
first, though, and he does. Nice turn.
Ooh, goes for the follow-up. Dipped a little low. Kostlix with a sidelight recovery could still take out both of these red team members as he picks up the side air.
Weapon toss goes down. Another weapon toss goes down. Man, the lance went just a little bit wide, so Ethan was able to save his dodge for Wrenched Hammer.
Just barely managed to dip through all of that. Downlight recovery from Ethan. Red team with a slight lead over the blue team.
This is a very important game for Noel and Ethan. They're already down 0-2. Kostlix and Wrench here in this best of 5. Winner moves on into winners finals. Dude, that is such a good spot to be in. Oh, the weapon
He's
toss.
gone. He's gone. Ethan
Oh,
can't
here comes
save him.
Ethan in.
That down signature from Bodvar. Wrench had not thrown out that sword down signature very often. Was just enough. Oh my goodness, the team combo with a Russian Mafia inside of it?
Beautiful.
What? Didn't get the knockout, but Ethan, I mean, this is gonna be tough.
If someone's gonna side sig on the edge, like let it be Kostlix to side sig over the edge. Don't just go in and hit Kostlix in the back when Ethan's not anywhere near it. They're still able to clean that up though. They take that set 3-0 in the winners semis to move on to winners finals. Now this is technically an upset, if I'm not mistaken. The projected bracket would have Noel and Ethan taking this. But man, Costlix and Wrench are on fire today. Good damage numbers. This time, Wrench taking a little bit more of the lead, putting out just over 600 damage, picking up 4 knockouts. Costlix grabbing 2 and 540 damage. On the other side, a little bit weaker numbers. They did split the KOs 2 and 2 between Ethan and Noel, a little bit over 400 and a little bit under 400 damage. So it's definitely a tough set for Ethan and Noel. They're going to have to go down into the losers quarterfinals. Several sets will have to play out before they end up with their next match. So they got a lot of time. They definitely have a lot of time to kind of figure it out and maybe nail down character picks, maybe nail down how they're going to play the 2v1 situation. I think that's really important. To see them win a 2v2 situation and then lose a 2v1 situation, that's rough.
Yeah, they had a huge advantage in game number 1. And I think after that loss, that tough loss, kind of just mental boomed and were not able to recover. But either way, they've got a lot of time to regroup, sit in the losers bracket, talk it out, practice a team combo and whatnot, and figure out what they need to do. But in the meantime, we're going to continue on in the upper side to see who's going to be challenging Costlix and Wrenched in the winners bracket. Is it going to be Cody Travis and Faison, or is it going to be Simba and Santi?
My money would definitely be on Cody and Faison, but Santi and Simba are in, I don't want to necessarily say rare form today, but a little bit rarer form than normal. They seem to be on a different level here going into this set. This is going to be by far their toughest match of the day. This is where they're going to be facing sort of a different caliber of 2v2 team, moving from, I don't want to say good to great, because I think the teams before them aren't just good, but from great to greater.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe even greatest.
You're going from a team that consistently finishes top 8, very solid team, Pugsy and Days, to a team that's been basically finishing second place for the entire year, Cody Travis and Faison. Like, this is a slightly higher caliber team, very strong team, and it's going to be tough. But we'll see what Simba and Santi can do as we get right on into game number 1, and Cody Travis and Faison, of course, with the Raza Rano.
Ooh, this could be a great start for the red team, grabbing both of them. Didn't quite have enough damage on them to grab the instinct, a little bit too far away for them to be knocked far enough into the neutral signature, but still
nice weapon toss.
Fantastic opening for the red team, knocking out that high defense Barraza. Faison doing his best to keep the red team at bay. Again, they surround him, a little bit of team damage coming out, but they are in a huge lead right now. Recovery from Cody Travis. He's going to be looking for those big swings to take stocks as soon as he possibly can.
Simba with a wild uppercut with that neutral heavy. Didn't quite find the landing hit, but Simba's still very healthy here, and he puts himself in position to make sure Santi can get that wall touch.
Man, that was like that super quick ground pound that he hit is the one that you like activate when you're just off the ground. Very hard to replicate. Definitely in an actual tournament setting compared to like just a training room.
Yo, but Simba, he's got some fantastic reactions as Cody Travis, though, picks up the double, the neutral signature, or sorry, not the recovery from Cody Travis, able to finish off that second stock of the red team. Again, these recoveries, he's hitting both of them with it.
Now, this is one of the things that I'm talking about, of like Cody and Faison being a different caliber. You saw that huge opening. Like, they're still behind. Santi and Simba are definitely in the lead, but like that wasn't curtains for the game. That didn't necessarily set the stage for the rest of the game. Faison and Cody are still 100% in this. A little bit more damage onto Santi, and this could be a lead for the blue team. If Cody, man, he is swinging big.
He's getting some solid hits. Faison as well, able to put out a lot of damage here. The neutral light to interrupt the down signature, and Cody Travis with a fantastic follow-up side signature. Simba was the healthiest at the start of it. Santi is gone. This is what we're talking about, man. Blue team, so good.
Yeah, being able to come back from a disastrous opening that shows just so much mental strength in the game, and just physical execution, connecting your mental, your brain to your hands, to what's happening in the game. Nice D-light side air from Simba. In comes Cody, trying to relieve some pressure, give Faison the room to get back, and he lets him get back. Cody almost killing his teammate.
Yo, he saved him. He can kill him if he wants to. Phazon still extending this stock. Finally, that neutral air will get it. Stock count even up. Cody Travis going to get shut down, but Simba has got to be careful here. Most damage on the screen.
Starting to see Phazon throw out some side sigs. He's overspacing a lot of them, so it's 2 in a row that Simba wasn't able to punish. You do have very quick recovery time and a well-placed surgical dare. Sending really low neutral light from Cody, putting more damage onto Santi. Recovery almost knocking out off the top. Blue team in a pretty good position here. Nice spot dodge, though, from Simba to get through the side air that likely would have led to his death. Cody picks up 1.
Nice little pogo onto Simba. Red team trying to fight back, but Cody with the side air just needs another one, and blue team gonna put this one in the bag. They will do it. That's gonna be game 1 going the way of Cody and Phazon. 784, like every time.
Dude, he picked up 5 KOs too. He is just nailing people with those side airs, saying axe trouble killing, be damned. He's able to find those side airs consistently, man. So good. He doesn't necessarily have to go for the read. He doesn't even have to fish for the side air and put himself in a bad position. He's fishing for it. I'm not going to lie, but there's not a lot of punishment coming out from the red team on it, partially due to Cody's timing and his spacing, but also due to Phazon being there. I would like to see Phazon kind of stepping it up a little bit. The fact that Cody is putting out 700 plus like every game means Phazon kind of has to step it up a little bit, because I think it's a little bit disingenuous to rely on your teammate to put out big numbers every time.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, right, Cody Travis putting out 700 damage each game, that's amazing. But what happens when you get that game where he doesn't, right? When when he only puts out 400, does the team suddenly start falling? Have yet to see that happen. Of course, blue team is absolutely amazing. Again, Cody Travis playing out of his mind this year. But Simba able to pick up a nice downlight side air, sends Phase on the left side. Blue team stuck on this corner, but plenty of wall space, so they can sit there for a little while before coming back up safely.
Nice side sig coming out from Phazon to get that first knockout. Sandy's looking pretty healthy here. Almost picks up the knockout onto Cody. Side sig almost knocking out Phazon. Not enough though. D-Light recovery. That ceiling on Great Hall still high up there. That didn't even knock out.
I would have liked to see that first one be a D-Light down air recovery. Again, Simba going for the D-Light recovery. The high ceilings, like, just get that extra damage. Just get it closer to potentially knocking out, because that ceiling is brutal. Finally, they get the stock off of one of the blue team members.
Ground pound from Phazon, putting more damage onto Simba's second stock. Santi's still on his first, but they are bullying this second from Simba. That's the one that could be the biggest weakness that the blue team might exploit.
Ooh, you see Cody, though, trying to punish Santi for that high chase. Almost caught him with that recovery. Santi really extending this stock, but Cody is able to connect with the recovery to finish off Santi's first stock.
He's on edge guarding Simba just a little bit. Backs up, allows Simba to get up. You're seeing Cody searching for those Sares. Wants that side air knockout onto Simba to put him on his final stock. Blue team looking healthy. Santi also looking healthy.
Yeah, Simba's the one that you got to be worried about, though. Oh, nice ground pound. Phazon able to put Simba down to the final stock. This is looking tough for the red team. They need to get some big damage before Simba loses this last stock.
Nice combo, though. Putting some solid damage on a Cody. Has him in the orange. Air ground pound from Cody. Santi retreats over to the edge. Target swap.
Risky Ensig. Santi, great target swaps. Picks up the Ensig, but again, the high ceiling.
Oh, the red team might just wrestle this back.
They have the chance. They need to finish off the stock of Phazon. Then you're going to have Faith Santi with some bumps. That was scary.
Light side air from Phazon. Moves over onto Simba. That seems to be the main target here.
Oh, the back hit of that neutral signature catches Santi. Phazon avoiding these big hits from the red team. Phazon so deep red.
No quick punish from Cody, but there's the side signature, a little bit delayed. Finds the knockout. Oh, Cody going big on his final stock here in just 5 seconds.
All hope for the red team immediately dashed. Of course, Santi has some health, but it is so hard to 1v2 against two healthy opponents. Faison and Cody Travis don't even have to do anything too crazy. They're just sitting in the center stage. They're like, eventually you're going to come towards us.
And Cody was choosing to do literally nothing there while Santi was stringing Faison along.
It's fine. I believe in you, Faison. Giving him like a thumbs up. No team combos prepared from the blue team. You saw like a start of one. But Cody just kind of stood there after the down air.
Insane coming out from Faison. Double weapon toss. Faison without a weapon. Santi going real low. Cody has blaster spawn coming in. Is Faison going to dip? Baits a little bit with his ground pound, pulling out very early. Then he...
All right. Great damage being put out from both of them. Cody Travis with 599, Faison with 506. Santi, though, credit to him, 713 damage was put out. And just really well done as far as the damage goes. Awesome to see that split happen. But now we got to see Simba bring it up, right? Simba was the one who took a lot of damage, fell really early, didn't even put out that much damage, only 337, which is like above the 300 mark. Like if you're under the 300, usually that's one where like you get screenshot and tweeted about. But if you're over 300, it's like, all right, you did okay. We're getting right on into this one. Santi and Simba banning out some maps. Small Enigma still on the board, but it looks like Cody Travis and Faison wanting to go to Apocalypse. Fortunately for Santi and Simba, not super high ceilings on Apocalypse, so they don't have to worry about that one at the very least. But here we go. Game number 3. Cody Travis and Faison 1 game away from earning their spot in the winners final. Able to pick up the spawn weapon. Simba over to a Val as well. Did not quite catch that swap, so we're gonna have double Val for this red team. We'll still have that sword, something Simba's very adept with, but of course switching out that spear for a second pair of gauntlets for the red team. On the left side, Santi with the setup gets the neutral light, but Simba was going for pressure on the Faison, wanting to get some damage out because Faison basically untouched right now besides 2 side lights. Him again with the side light, but Faison able to dodge it immediately, just spot dodges. And Simba's not following the follow-ups. Cody Travis with the juggles on the nairs, putting a lot of damage onto Simba. Recovery picks up, not even put Santi off screen. Down air follow-up from Simba. Fantastic follow-up there. Oh, but a big side air, and Simba's gonna be the first one to fall again. Cody Travis is hitting these axe side airs. Nice recovery from Santi. Almost takes out Cody Travis. Over to the right side. You see Simba trying to get the punish, but unfortunately too high with that soft platform. Side air puts Cody Travis off stage. Side signature launches Faison. Are either of the blue team members going to fall? No, both of them get back up safely. Finally, the recovery stock count is evened up. Simba's got to be careful. You see the disengage. You're not seeing the aggressive Simba who goes in off stage in a risky spot. Nice neutral signature. Gives the red team that stock advantage just briefly. Blue team forced to the left side. Holding their positions. Side air will put Cody Travis off stage, but not for very long. Nice down signature from Simba. Still not enough to finish off that stock, though. That high defense Rasa.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that that wasn't able to knock out off the top. You don't normally see down six that high in the air.
At the very least, it's some nice damage, though.
Man, dude, Santi's survivability has been so good consistently throughout these sets.
Yeah, he's been really extending these stocks. And on the other side, Simba not quite doing the same. Of course, did go on to his second stock earlier, but so far he's been able to extend it fairly nicely. Oh, he almost went in that.
Yeah, he's been keeping pace with the blue team, which is what's important. So we aren't seeing necessarily him going down too much earlier than the blue team. We might even see blue team get knocked out first. Seeing that big axe from Cody. I'm expecting a side air anytime soon, but his pressure is on Santi right now. May not be hunting for those. Oh, man. That's 1 for 1. We're even, but the blue team is behind. Look at all that damage onto Phazon. Golin's coming out. Expect those recoveries.
Yo, is that Apocalypse being a high ceiling map, or is that these Vals being a low strength character? Because there's multiple times where these recoveries are not finishing off blue team members.
Well, I didn't see if they're on strength stance, because if they're not on strength stance, they're going to be on 4, which isn't the most strength. 5, I'm going to say it's maybe a little bit of multiple sources of that ceiling maybe being a little bit high, a little bit low strength, or middle of the road strength. Some tanky characters, maybe some good positioning. Maybe they're hitting it just a little bit low. Oh, knockout here!
All right, nice trade. Simba with the refrag, keeping this one close. It's going to go down to final stocks. Great interrupt from Santi. You saw Cody Travis looking for the down air off the launch from Phazon's neutral light. Yo, they need to take out Cody Travis. They need to take out Cody Travis.
This is such a race right now to knock out Cody or knock out Simba. Cody's gonna lose the race. Phazon in the 1v2. If there's any time for him to step up big, it's here. They'd be able to go home with a 3-0, moving on into the winners finals. That would be a fantastic spot for them to be in. Otherwise, they're gonna have to play another game against Santi and Simba. Ooh.
Santi and Simba, they're just getting stronger. The weapon toss will do it. Santi and Simba stay alive in this winners bracket, and for once you're seeing Cody Travis do less damage than Phazon. This is what the red team needs to do, shut down the big plays of Cody Travis.
And even on that a little bit smaller map, you're seeing Phazon take 610 damage. That is about 203 damage per stock, which is really good if you're playing a character like Wusheng. Like this Reno pick. Meanwhile, Cody's, I think he was at like 710, which really isn't that much more damage in the long run when you compare the defense difference between these two.
But here we go. Game number 4, Simba and Santi off the switch to the double Val, able to put one in the pocket, but of course they have to win the next 2 in a row to go on to the winners final to fight Wrenched and Cossacks, which would definitely be an upset in the winners final.
Oh, for sure. Cody gonna start out here with the blasters. Phazon starting out with the gauntlets. Simba does not have a weapon, gets knocked away. That weapon spawn coming in. Is he gonna be able to grab it? Another dare sends Simba away. It's just chaos in the middle, trading blows.
But blue team winning out very slightly in all of that chaos, as the red team was slightly more damaged. But as I speak, Cody Travis starts looking like he'll be in the orange very shortly. Nice neutral signature Simba. First one to fall again for the red team.
Oh man, that was so close.
That was almost an amazing read.
That might have been the knockout. It definitely would have put the blue team in a very good advantage state. As he would have been over on the edge. They could have rotated over and gotten a pretty easy knockout. They both had weapons, could have tossed them. That could have easily led to a KO. That would have been a full wipe on the red team. Ooh.
Top to dodge.
Yep.
That's going to be blue team with a sizable lead over the red team now. Both of them still sitting on their first stocks.
Cody's blasters looking very solid this game. I'm kind of feeling his blasters more than his axe right now.
You know, I was thinking the exact opposite in the previous 2 games. His axe has been absolutely brutal, but definitely in this one, his blasters are starting to come alive. Nice follow-up from Phazon. No true follow-ups off that axe neutral air. So Phazon just comes in, gets some extra, and the ground pound, and suddenly Simba's down to his final stock. Phazon hasn't lost his first.
Yeah, this set could be wrapping up. This might be setting the stage for the beginning of the end for the red team. Phazon doing a great job this game, taking tons of damage. He's found knockouts. He's probably putting out solid damage as well. We won't know that till the end screen.
Nice pick up.
Nice
Great
punish,
team
though.
combo from the red team. Big down air, and Simba's there just in case Santi couldn't touch. Stock count's even.
Now, one of the major differences here, though, is Santi is the one most damaged. And his damage is outpacing everyone else in the game, which is not where you want to be. Even Simba is more damaged than both members of the blue team, probably combined.
Yeah, red team's definitely hurt. There's still some possibility, but that team damage definitely not going to help him out, as that almost put Santi off screen.
Yeah, Santi's getting pinballed around. There's the ground pound, putting him on his final stock. Phazon is happy to find the D-Light Sair, even though it puts damage onto Cody. Big lead here. Likely a knockout onto Simba soon. Oh, over on the edge guard. Phazon going wide.
Oh, no.
Oh!
You can still touch, but
Oh,
Cody
he
with the rotate.
And Phazon still gets out of there, going under the stage.
Is all left to Santi against the 3 stocks of the blue team. You could try to finish off Cody Travis, but there's still stocks for days onto Phazon.
Phazon chasing him out. Oh, the gravity cancel D-Sig, and that is going to be it. Phazon again stepping up. That's what you want to see. 4 knockouts. Cody's 2. 533 damage compared to Cody's 497. So that's what you want to see from a good 2v2 team, is when one player is doing really, really well and the other is doing like middle of the road, then if the really, really strong performing player doesn't perform strong, you want to see the other one kind of bring it up as well. That's one of the major marks of a good 2v2 team. It's either like splitting everything down the middle or trading off who is the star player here.
Yeah, either one of them can take the ball and run with it, and it's very good to see that it's not just the Cody Travis show with Phazon in the background, but that Phazon can also pick it up and run and do well. Of course, that does mean Cody Travis and Phazon have earned their spot in the winners final to fight against Kostelix and Wrenched. We'll see who is gonna win in that matchup later today, but of course, we are going to be going into the loser side of things in just a little bit. We'll be taking a short little break, and when we come back, we'll be bringing you the loser side of the North American 2v2s for Summer Championship.